started off my adventures with a 2004 Navara Randony steel touring bike, an ancient beast that took me across the United States, and then started riding with the Surly long haul trucker as well. So touring bikes have a special place in my heart, and it just feels like they're a bit of a dying breed these days. So hopefully this video does them justice and will showcase some of the best touring bikes for 2025. First touring bike in today's video is the Surly Disc Trucker. It's one of the best touring bicycles for beginners, more so that I even used this bike for one of my ever first touring bikes with the LHT, the legendary long haul trucker, which was one of the original versions of this bike. And then Surly came out with the disc with a more modern disc brake reliability rather than the V-brakes on the LHT. But I was really impressed with the 4130 chromoly steel construction that was able to take me across Japan, Australia, and some other trips as well. Truly versatile, bulletproof bike for a really affordable price. Great entry-level option for someone wanting to get into worldwide touring. With the geometry on the disc trucker, it's been refined to 20 to 30 millimeters taller frame and improved handlebar positioning for better comfort on those long rides. And it accommodates both 26-inch and 700C wheels with a tire clearance for 2.1 inches, giving you options for some varied terrain. This was a little limiting for me, which is why I opted for more of a drop bar off-road adventure touring bike. If you want to check out some of those options, you can check them out at cycletraveloverload.com, and I'll be sure to make some more videos like that one in future. But this video does include some of those options too, so stick around. The STI shifters make it more beginner-friendly than traditional bar end setups, but what's particularly impressive is the comprehensive sizing range with 10 frame sizes, ensuring proper fit for riders of most heights. And the multiple mounting options accommodate racks, fenders, and accessories with internal fork dynamo wiring capabilities for lighting systems also. There are, however, a few more compromises. The current version uses 32 spokes instead of 36, and the Shimano Alivio drivetrain is a downgrade from the previous XT components. It's priced at around $1,750. It's still an exceptional value for proven touring platform, though you'll want to watch for potential toe overlap on some smaller frames as well. The Kona Sutra SE is a classic all-road touring bike with modern touches and traditional aesthetic. This is another bike that I have personally owned myself. I have the LTD right now. The SE is essentially the same frame, the same bike, it just is built on a more touring specific setup with tire fenders, racks, and bar end shifters ready for touring. It's the ultimate do-it-everything touring bike that genuinely lives up to its versatility claims. The thing is, compared to the Sutra, which is why I opted for this bike, is the tire clearance. You get up to 29er by 2.3 inch tires, which is really decent for a categorized road touring bike. And it handles well on smooth pavement all the way to single track. I've sent it down some single track sections with my 2.3 inch tires. And as I said, the traditional setup with the bar end shifters and a Brooks saddle as well gives you that classic touring experience with proven worldwide serviceability. And the full Dior drivetrain is bomb-proof, reliable, and the steel construction delivers that smooth, comfortable ride that really does make those long days in the saddle much more enjoyable. With this model, you get an incredible gear range at 19.9 inch granny gear to 120.5 inch climbing gear. Handles both those steep climbs and the fast descents with ease, although you won't really need to be bombing it downhill on a tour, but it's good to know that you can spin it out with your loaded bike. The thing I like most about this bike is its proven mountain bike capabilities. I've been able to send it, as I said, down single track on jumps and rugged terrain with the 2.3 inch mountain bike tires. The 50mm gravel tires that came on my model aren't quite adequate enough, but it's good to know that you have that advanced tire clearance if you want to expand your off-road terrain capabilities. And at 30 pounds or around 13 kilograms, it's not light, but we're not expecting the bikes to be light in this list anyway. If you guys want to be a part of a new adventure cycling community of fellow bike travelers, I'm starting up a community. The link will be the first link down below in the description, where you can get together with fellow bike travelers. If you have any questions about any of these bikes or any other bikes that you're considering, drop a comment in the community, and there's going to be people there who will answer your concerns and help you figure out which bike is best for you. And also inside that community there is a course to help you figure out which bike is best for you as well. And you'll also be included in monthly giveaways and exclusive bike industry discounts on some of the most premium bikepacking and bicycle touring gear. So make sure you're a part of all of that. Next bike is the Panorama Boreal Pinion. It's an expedition proven belt drive touring machine with that pinion gearbox. I had the great privilege of meeting Simon from Panorama Cycles, having a chat to him about the bikes and what they're all about, and we got to talk a bit about this bike, and it was interesting to hear what he had to say.
So it's a bike. The tube set used, it's the steel frame and steel fork, and the tube set is different than what is used on the Taiga. On the Taiga, it's much thinner. It's still a lightweight, but on the Boreal, it's really meant to be loaded and be like it's an expedition bike, really.
It's been battle tested on the 2,500 kilometer barge divide and complete winter crossings of Quebec. The C112 gearbox with Gates carbon drive eliminates virtually all drivetrain maintenance. There's no chain cleaning, no derailleur adjustments, just hop on and ride. And with that 600% gear range with perfectly even spaces, gives you climbing gears that make steep grades manageable with that full touring load setup. What's brilliant is the dual wheel set setup. You get both 27.5 inches and 29-inch wheels included, so you can optimize for different terrains. And the Reynolds 525 steel frame is reinforced specifically for heavy touring with a long wheelbase of 1,165 to 1,210 millimeters, depending on what size you opt for, and the 68-degree head tube angle for loaded stability, with expedition features and brazons for mounting water bottles, gas tank bag mounts, and internal cable routing for a clean setup. This is a bike that will take you all over the world and all your stuff with you. The Bombtrack Arise Tour. This is another bike that's made it in some of our past videos. It's a complete touring package with that classic aesthetics, that classic steel touring bike look, and for a rather decent price point. What makes it so special is that everything comes ready to ride. You get tubeless racks, dynamo lights, fenders and bar end shifters are all included. And most bikes require hundreds of dollars in additional accessories, but this gives you the complete traditional touring experience out of the box. With the 4130 chromoly steel frame with sliding dropouts provides that classic touring feel, while the wide range 1142 tooth cassette paired with the subcompact crank gives you a serious climbing capabilities. And that dynamo lighting setup means you're never without lights on those longer rides, and I can attest to the setups. I love the dynamo light setup. It's great to be able to run lights and not have to worry about the batteries going out, and they're decent when you're just cruising and crawling along that the lights still stay on. And that traditional geometry provides stable, predictable handling when loaded. With that drivetrain setup, the optimized gear ratios is just under 20 inches for the granny and 115.5 inches for the climbing gear, all in a classic touring aesthetic package. And a slightly lighter bike setup is probably more optimized for lighter touring rather than full-on, fully loaded expedition adventures. And it's good to know that you get the simplicity of mechanical disc brakes compared to quite difficult hydraulic brake complexity. Next bike is a tank. It's a German-engineered expedition machine with integrated rack systems. The Tout Terrain Silkroad 275. It's the world's first frame-integrated stainless steel rack system. Instead of bolting on a separate rack that can fail, the rack is literally built into the frame structure of the bike, eliminating failure points while actually reducing the weight. And with 180 kilogram total weight capacity, that means you can carry absolutely anything you need for those extended expeditions. Every component is selected for decades of reliability, rather than weight saving. And the German build quality is legendary amongst serious expedition cyclists. The advanced touring innovations include a steering limiter that prevent cable damage, integrated steering lock for security, and a choice of double leg or rear kickstand systems. And the oversized steel tubing construction is tested to vigorous European safety certification standards. Again, this bike comes with multiple wheel size options, 27.5 inches to 26 and 700C configurations, with the maximum tire clearance of 50 millimeters, provides decent versatility, though it may limit some extreme off-road applications compared to modern plus size options. Next is the ultimate adventure bike for serious expeditions and mountain touring. I wanted to include more of these kind of bikes in this list, off-road touring machines like this, the Tumbleweed Prospector. But I might have to make another video where I include dedicated off-road bikepacking and touring bikes. Anyway, the Prospector is mountain touring perfection, purpose-built around the legendary roll-off speed hub. What makes this special is the Phil Wood electronic bottom bracket that provides precise chain tension adjustment, which is crucial for belt drive systems. The custom cast dropouts are engineered specifically for roll-off integration, and the massive tire clearance, and I mean massive, handles 26 wheels by 4 inches wide, or 29ers by 3 inches, for seriously serious off-road capabilities. This bike has been tested at 18,000 feet altitude and across sandy deserts. It's built for the kind of expeditions where failure isn't an option. The fully enclosed drivetrain means consistent performance regardless of conditions, and the meticulous engineering approach centers everything around the 73mm eccentric bottom bracket and the 135mm roll-off speed hub requirements for such optimal performance. And for a bike that's just under $5,000 for a complete build, it is quite a significant investment. This next bike has to be the most underrated touring bike of them all, offering ultimate adventure versatility for every rider. It's the Surly Bridge Club. Why? Because it solves the one bike for everything problem better than most bikes. The revolutionary wheel size flexibility means you can run 27.5-inch wheels for off-road adventures or swap them to 700C for efficient road touring. And that SRAM SX Eagle drivetrain with a 17.8 gear-inch lowest gear provides stump pulling capabilities. While the steel construction gives you that smooth, comfortable ride quality, the Not Boost 138mm rear spacing optimizes tire clearance, and the comprehensive mounting options let you carry everything you need. It's the most versatile adventure bike you can buy at this price point. And the 4130 chromoly steel frame and fork provide excellent ride quality and long-term durability, while the hydraulic disc brakes deliver consistent stopping power. You get heaps of mounting ability for bikepacking and touring, with even fork mounts for rack capabilities. And the flat bar setup provides accessible hand positioning for touring comfort, though it does limit hand positioning for long-distance road touring. However, the old-fashioned quick release rather than the through axles helps keep that price down, but may reduce stiffness compared to modern systems. And that SRAM SX Eagle drivetrain offers nearly identical shift quality to some higher-end variants at an affordable price point. Next is the Co-Motion Divide. This is a premium adventure touring bike handcrafted in the USA. In Oregon since 1988, the Divide represents American steel craftsmanship at its finest. What sets it apart is the incredible drivetrain flexibility. You can choose between a SRAM 1x11 roll-off speed hub with Gates belt drive, or the revolutionary Pinion P1 18 gearbox with 636% gear range. But if you are after something that is more affordable, the Marin Four Corners could be something to consider. It has to be one of the best value steel adventure touring bikes on the market at just over $1,000. The Four Corners 1 delivers legitimate adventure touring capabilities at an almost unbelievable price point. And the updated 2025 Microshift Sword 2x9 drivetrain provides improved reliability and wide gear range compared to previous years. And the comprehensive mounting options and generous tyre clearance make it genuinely capable for loaded touring, while the dropper post compatibility adds technical trail capabilities. At just under 30 pounds, it's not light, but it is lighter than some of these bikes in this list. It does have that exceptional value proposition. And the 5 frame sizes accommodate riders from 4'11" to 6'4". It can accommodate up to 45mm tires, while the upgraded Four Corners 2 at just over $2,000 accepts up to 50mm. The tall head tube design increases frame bag capacity and provides better rider visibility, offering that upright riding comfort for long days in the saddle. And that stable touring geometry is engineered around mountain steering geometry with extended wheelbase for loaded touring stability. Last but not least is the Salsa Vaya. It's a light adventure specialist, coming in at just under $1,300 for a frame set. The Vaya from Salsa represents modern steel touring done right, and it's a bike that has been around for a while, with the chromoly frame paired with a waxwing carbon fork for the perfect balance of comfort and precision. However, a carbon fork setup for touring is something that I don't generally recommend, which is why it made it a little further down on this list. The 700C by 50mm tire clearance without fenders gives you a decent tire clearance, while the comprehensive mounting system handles everything from dynamo cables to multiple water bottles. But this bike is designed for lighter touring in mind and gravel adventures where you want modern performance with that classic steel comfort. Although it is a frame set only option, you'll need to factor in component costs, but it could be a great foundation for a touring bike project. There's a heap more touring bikes that I could have mentioned in this video, but I gotta put a limit on these videos sometimes, and maybe there's an opportunity to make a part 2 in the near future. But if I missed any bikes that weren't mentioned in this video, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what bikes you ride, what bikes you recommend, or what bikes you want to see in the next videos to come. Thank you for watching.